Stuff and things are happening on the golf cart again. It's been actually a little bit of time since the last time we worked on it. So, but we're picking back up where we left off. My job is to continue to work on mounting the brake rotor, which is sitting over there right now. Then we have to figure out some more stuff and things. We have to figure out a pedal situation because we had to add a clutch pedal, obviously. And then we have to make the hydraulic brakes work since the bike had hydraulic brakes, obviously. And as a distraction, there's stuff and things happening for a fuel tank, which is that right there. I suppose it's an alright distraction, but it is a distraction, I guess. But work continues. This concrete mix over here has been neutered a little bit. You don't really get to see that very often in the background, but this truck has been neutered a bit. I think it was just cutting through thick-ass metal.
Guess so.
Those are my ears, asshole.
Yeah, they are. Looks like I have to go down a little bit more if I want a bigger hole.
That's what she said.
Is that big enough for the fuel? That's kind of a restriction.
You could probably drill that though.
True. Yeah. It's an option. Man, really distracted.
I have disassembled the side of the golf cart, unfortunately, but it's going to be for the better. I have
ruined my perfect alignment.
I did ruin your perfect alignment, but we can figure it out again.
Yeah, I'm going to have to figure it out because you're going to give up.
Yeah, because I'm going to...
It's good enough.
Yeah, I'm going to go about 20 minutes in and say it's good enough, and then call it there. But anyways, I had slid on our hub adapter for our not caliper, rotor, or disc actually, and I'm about to go ahead and cut a notch in this back cross member so it all will fit in there.
Oops. Did you tell them what I'm doing?
Not yet.
Did you tell them what I was going to do?
I don't know, what were you going to do?
I'm going to mount the master cylinder for the brake. Well, no, I'm going to attempt to figure out how to mount the master cylinder for the brake.
Sweet.
So
then we have to...
In theory, by the end of the day, we could have brakes, maybe.
Well, no, because
actually we don't have the lines.
Yeah, we don't have the lines, and we need some banjo bolt adapters. Since the bike used all banjo bolts to put everything together, we need some hardline adapter type things with some normal flanges.
There are some adapters here, maybe.
There might be, but our plan is...
Flare fittings, do we?
Our plan is to run a hard line from the master cylinder for the brake all the way up to the back, and then exit right there and have a soft line, obviously, down to the caliper. But in order to do that with the bike parts, we'll need some adapters for the banjo bolts, since the bike used all banjo bolts, and cars use normal flanges and fittings like that, which do exist, but it's something we have to acquire. I don't think we might have some, as Brad was just saying, but
there must be. It's going to be pretty standard for a vehicle to go from like this, so hard line, flare fitting.
Yeah.
On one side, and
like I was
bolt on the other. Do you have any of those?
Yeah, like I was saying, like the front brakes or the front brake lines on a Cherokee are like that. There's a fitting. I looked. I apparently threw them away when I switched over.
Why would you throw anything away?
I don't know.
You don't have enough space. That's why.
Yeah, but yeah, I legitimately looked for the old front brake lines for my red Jeep, but I apparently got rid of them and don't have any more. They're pretty cheap.
So we just got to get like some truck lines. Basically,
you could even buy a set of the Cherokee front brake lines off eBay for fairly cheap, and they're pretty long.
Yeah, something like that. Whatever we can get for a decent length.
Right.
Same thing with I imagine the clutch is going to be the same deal.
Yeah, we'll end up having to do the same thing.
We got to try and figure out how to get those screws out of the
what?
The reservoir on the
Oh,
clutch.
yeah. We do. That's a thing we gotta do.
Somebody was nice enough to strip the hell out of one of the screws. So
Yeah, that'll be fun.
not us.
Luckily, it's just a reservoir, so you could probably put some RTV on it, right?
Well, is the reservoir under pressure or no?
I don't think so.
All right.
I guess we'll find out if we just
So
put
we
some.
can just like, I'm not even gonna say what we can do. We're not gonna worry about it. Let's drill out the screw and, well, one screw will be pretty good.
Yeah, once. Oh, I'm running out of battery, but.
And then like, we could wrap some electrical tape around the top of the cover.
Oh yeah, that's some good old farm snowmobile engineering right there.
Maybe we could drill a new hole or whatever, I don't know.
I gotta change this battery.
Okay. Alright, so I've got the master cylinder down here by the brake pedal. I've temporarily put a bolt in here just to kind of test things. And I got it to a position that I think will work. The bolt isn't quite long enough. But basically I've mocked it up right there. And I got a piece of cardboard and figured out where those bolts are going to land. And I've made this little template here. The lighting's kind of bad. But this basically just goes something like that. And we'll be able to either put it behind and weld it, or possibly even bolt it just to this, probably weld it actually. And then that'll set that up. So this pin right here is basically going to push right there, and when you push the pedal it'll compress the cylinder. So that's the plan. I gotta cut this up out of a piece of metal and go on from there. That ain't gonna work. We need to go up, 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 up and away.
So update on the brakes here. I have the caliper separated all by itself, and I have a bracket that I'm making that'll allow it all to fit together. This right here, this is pretty thick stuff. I have a template that I have marked on there, which lines up on the holes pretty decently. And I'll be able to retain the factory sliding ability so you won't run into any pad issues. But I gotta do some cutting. And we'll check back later.
Alright, so the bracket is welded up now. I don't know how well you can see that, but that's going to be for the master cylinder, brake cylinder. I'm going to probably clean up those welds a bit. There's 4 tacks. And I'm going to paint it black.
Hell yeah, you are. This is my caliper and a caliper bracket. It's nice and fancy, handily doodly.
Really?
Yes. And it's a fully floating caliper like it was from the factory. So that's still, functionality is still retained. I don't know if we necessarily exactly needed it to float that much, but hey. Is that what?
Is any of that going to get in the way of the disc?
I checked that already. I didn't check that yet. I might have to shave this a bit. We'll see.
Looks pretty questionable.
Actually, no. The way the disc is round, remember, so it might just miss that. Hopefully, it does.
Is the disc round?
Yeah, the disc is round usually. But anyways, I gotta figure out how much I gotta chop off the bottom here and chop the bottom off here and mount it up onto that arm down there. All right, and that concludes this part of the golf cart build. As usual, make sure you like the video, leave us a comment if you're a returning member, and if you're not a returning member, subscribe, and check out our Facebook page. The link is in the description. And most important of all, get out there and do something.